Okay, hi guys. This is Oyen, and I got an email from Wesley sometime last week regarding variances. So what I want to do is I'm going to make each a short video on each of the variances, using questions from the exam kit and just sort of general theory for you to practice. So you really please need to try and watch these videos before I see you on Monday, because on Monday we're really playing around with these videos, and hopefully you can always look to the videos when you're trying to do a question. Now, I'm going to go over the older variances that we talked about when we did budgeting first, just to get those out of the way, and for you to practice and get your head around how you will come to think about dealing with your variances. Right. So I'm looking at your exam kit. So you need your exam kit, page 32. Oops, sorry. So page 32, question 42. So I don't know. It's all about time. I would like to do a question a day and we can discuss it, but we need to do what's referred to as continuous learning. So we're constantly talking and doing questions as opposed to leaving it into large chunks. So I want us to look at question 42 to kind of look again at some of the variances. The first variance that's important is this question of a material variance. Now, here's the thing. The reason why we have a variance, if you like, is because what we thought something was going to be is different to what it actually was. Now, when we talk about material variances and when we talk about labor variances, we are focused on trying to understand why there's a difference between how much we thought we would spend to make a product. So when I talk about how much resource we thought we would spend, I'm talking about actual material. Well, it sounds pretty obvious in terms of material, kilograms, and labor. Right? Now, the issue here is this. If someone said, remember that when budgets are set, they're typically set from the point of view of sales. So the sales budget is always prepared first. So they might say, listen guys, we believe that we can sell 1 million units. And therefore, if we were going to sell 1 million units, we need to make 1 million units. And imagine you need 1 kilogram for each unit. So someone could say, well, therefore we would need to buy 1 million kilograms of whatever. Right? And then someone would say we would need, I don't know, say you need 1 hour a unit. Someone would say, well, we need 1 million hours. Well, now, if you only made 200 units, you can see why me using, if I said, if I'm into buy 1 million kilograms and each kilogram was £1, we need to spend £1 million. And let's just say this was £5 per hour with 5 million pounds, because remember this is to do with the million units we were thinking we were going to sell for some strange, crazy reason. But say, for example, demand is just 200 units. You can see why these actual whole numbers are totally irrelevant. They just can't be. All that can be relevant must be the standard cost of material needed to make a unit and the standard time. And then we can then translate that and deal and use that base our 200 units on those standard costs. So when we talk about standard costs in material and labor variances, we're talking really, so in this scenario here, it really is pretty much the fact that it is £1 and we need 1 kilogram. Those are the standard costs. We need 1 kilogram to make a unit, and each kilogram costs £1. That's the standard cost. So when I talk about a standard cost card, this is what you're looking for. You might be given this 1 million units, it'll cost 1 million and 1 million kilograms. Well, you have to work backwards and find out what these costs are initially. And when you now know what these are, same for hours, just think about it that way. You can then apply that to the units that you actually made in the factory. Because remember, we cannot accuse the guys in the factory. We can't blame them. We can't hold them responsible for these 1 million units. The reason why we haven't sold 1 million units is not because these guys only made 200 units. It's because these guys got their demand figures wrong, or their analysis, or I don't know, maybe there's an external shock and there's a war and people don't want this product anymore. Maybe it's gone out of fashion. There's a recession, a range of reasons. But the key point is that we're discussing, our question, our issue, is based on 200 units. Right. So I want to make these really short, crisp. So I'm just going to stop at 5 minutes, and then I'm actually going to do a question. But that was just, if you like, a quick introduction again, that our focus is not about these big figures. Don't be waylaid by these. Look for the standard cost of making a product. And then when you have that, you can then go ahead and apply that to that. And then when you now apply what those standard costs are to this, you can compare that with what actually happened in trying to make those 200 units. That's the variance analysis we're talking about, right? Okay, great stuff. I'll see you in the next video.